Carole Feuerman, and I'm in my studio in Bushwick, New York. So I'd like to give you a little tour of my studio and show you some of the things I'm working on. You can see them behind me. So a little bit about me. I'm a hyperrealist. So what is a hyperrealist? A hyperrealist is an artist that does sculptures that are so real you would think a person is in the room with you, right down to every little detail. Today I'm going to do a sculpture that is of a woman and she's pregnant, and I'm going to do a casting of her hands on her stomach. And this technique can be applied to any sculpture you want to do, if it's just a hand or if it's a hand on an object or whatever you feel would be fun to do. So we're going to have a good time. So when you're doing a life casting, the first thing you need to do is get all your supplies. And the most important supply is the silicone. And I use silicone that's a type A, type B, that's specially formulated to be put on the human body and 100% safe. Then you're going to need plastic bandage. And I pre-cut the plastic bandage and make it in strips. It comes in rolls, so it's easy to apply the plastic bandage when I'm doing the cast. You need to have plastic cups, water, plaster of Paris. You need some Vaseline, a scissor, and a spatula. And that's about it. Before you do the sculpture, you should invite your model to the studio for a dress rehearsal. You can show your model some of the pieces that they can pose, like they can hold hands with their loved one or child or husband. They can be holding a microphone, possibly, if they're a singer. We're doing a podcast, but they could just have their hand just like that, or holding anything, their phone, whatever, or just their hand. I did a casting in advance to show my model, and this is the silicone rubber when it hardens. These are my fingers in here, and this is what the plastic bandage looks like. My model is here, and I'm going to do a casting of her pregnant belly. And I've mixed the silicone with part A, part B in preparation for this, and now I'm going to mix it together. And it's very important that it's thoroughly mixed and you don't leave any spots that aren't mixed, because if they're not mixed, it'll never set. Is it good? It's best to mix them one at a time, because once you start mixing it, you're on the clock, and it's going to start to set. So you don't want to have it set when you need to use it. So good. Almost done. Get a look on its belly. So I'll put 2 in one direction, and then 2 in another, and then 2 in another. So I just grab it like this. The appropriate time. As you can see, it's starting to get there. And this is the slow set, because a lot of times when I cast someone's body, takes a little time to get from one side of your body together, and I don't want it setting that fast, so I want to slow set this, and it's quite pleasant. So if I were to take this silicone off right now, it would have no shape, and I couldn't do a positive because it would flop around. So I have to do plastic bandage, and that'll make it strong and hold the shape. So I've prepared my plastic bandage, and I have the water all set. And what I'll do is I'll start to do a little plastic bandage. And this is the bandage, and I have it arranged in strips of 2. I'll dip it in the water, and then I bring it out a little bit. And then I'm going to put the plastic bandage on top of this, and I'm going to rub it in so it takes the shape of this silicone. Let's see those hands. Look at how clean they are. You see, it actually gives you a hand shoulder.
It wasn't a facial for my hands.
Okay, and we're going to take this off. And here's the casting of the tummy. Okay. Clean you. Here we are 24 hours later, and the piece I made is filled and ready to come out. It takes a little time for the plaster to cure, so I'm going to loosen up these edges. And that's where the plastic bandage was and the silicone is. I'll just go carefully all around the edges. There you go. I always like taking these things out. There you go. And one piece. There's some cleaning up to do. I call it chasing, where I have to take these extra little pieces off very carefully. And I can show you how that's done. Take like a little spot like this and take that off. Clean around the finger, because it comes off very easily. I'll show you. This is next to the belly button. With a little bit of work, the piece will be perfect. So it's going to be fabulous. And one friend. Okay, so that's how you make a piece. You can paint it afterwards. I have my paint ready right over here. And once this is dry, I could paint it so it looks like any of the pieces around here. I can use oil paint, I can use acrylic, I could paint the nails, and voila. So that's it, and I hope you enjoyed sharing this time with me and learning how to make a sculpture.